And the last one in, Royal Debut for this first division of the Unibet Support Safe Gambling Handicap. Over 1 mile, good to go. They're off. Racing away, No Diggity was the one awkward out of the gates, and one of the early back markers, together with One Love in the very early stages. But through the first furlong, Island of Skye nips up on the inside, the grey Assembled nose in front, and Nat Love with these as well towards the outside. Wider still is Royal Debut, with Daphne May and the keen-going Sapphire's Moon right in behind them. Island of Skye is getting a nice lead through in behind Assembled. After these leaders, to the outside is Fact or Fable, now ridden by Alec Volkansky. With that one, races Daphne May, bright orange cap, the red cap of No Diggity. He's recovered okay, and One Love now shares last place. Still, this time though, with Fact or Fable. They round the top turn. The leader is Assembled. Nat Love right up on the outside though. These two, 1 and 2, they go together. Royal Debut's tracking them. Then Island of Skye on the inside running rail. They're both being tracked by Sapphire's Moon and No Diggity. Daphne May is next, orange and green colours, alongside One Love. And the back marker is Fact or Fable. They round the home turn. From this point, 2.5 furlongs left to go. Assembled, the grey right over on the far side. Island of Skye coming to challenge, so too Royal Debut. Trying to get a run between the two of them is No Diggity. On the wide outside, that's the stand side as we look down the track. Daphne May now picking up in really nice style. Sapphire's Moon's just in behind them as Fact or Fable runs on from the back. The leader is Island of Skye from Daphne May, who's still got a length to find with this one. Daphne May still inching closer though as the line comes up. Island of Skye and Daphne May, tight one to start the night. Island of Skye and Daphne May, a little way clear of Royal Debut, No Diggity and Fact or Fable.
Race 1 has been won by John Egan on Isle of Skye, and the trainer told me you drove the owner up, so you would have been in trouble if you got beat.
I drove Mr. Adsworth up, so I got plenty of knowledge on the way up. And look, we'd have been disappointed if he got beat. He did a really super piece of work the other day. And unfortunately, that was the horse that broke my back and neck off about 9 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, he gave you a nasty fall at 7. What actually happened on that occasion? Did you clip heels or?
He clipped heels, and I was unlucky to fall. Like, he clipped heels, came up and just popped me outside door.
Well, it made amends today and showing David how it's done.
Yeah.
Both David Ellsworth and David Egan.
Thank you very much.
Well done, John.
Thank you. Thanks.
Race 2, over a mile. They're off and racing the one who fell out of the gates, Pittsburgh. Slowly away. Away sharply was Eastern Star on the inside to come through and lead the field up, with Do You Believe on the outside sitting second. They're pretty well strung out already as they head down the far side of the track. Hannah's Return's not far away from them, and these three are a length or so in front of Fast Flow and Joey Haynes, who sit on the outside in fourth. Purple Poppy is next, Real Powers directly in behind those. And then Seattle King, who's on the inside in behind Our Starlight, who's also sitting on the rail. Then comes End of a Storm, and Pittsburgh at the back end of the field with Think Trigger, both of those two a little detached. So they remain well strung out, and it's Eastern Star doing the stretching. Eastern Star with the lead, and Ross Orion a length and a bit clear from Do You Believe on the outside in second place. Hannah's Return still sits in third, tracking them, going strongly. Fast Flow next on the outside, and then Purple Poppy Purple Poppy is then followed by Our Starlight, who looks to be going for the cutaway, and under pressure is Real Power at the moment, not finding much. Seattle King comes after those, and then End of a Storm. Pittsburgh doesn't seem to have any chance at all, and Think triggers miles behind. Our Starlight trying to get there on the inside now. Eastern Star between the two of them. Purple Poppy, big run from Purple Poppy as well, but Our Starlight, Alec Volkansky, works his way to the front. Looks like he's hanging slightly up the middle of the track, but Our Starlight driven right out. Our Starlight from Eastern Star. In behind those across the line in third was Purple Poppy, and they were clear of Seattle King.
Division 2 at the Kempton 1 mile handicap's gone to Alec Volkansky on Our Starlight. 16 career winners on the board, 6 in 2023. You must be delighted at how things are going, and it's pretty straightforward in him.
Yeah, it's very straightforward. You know, he broke a little slow today, but it's not a problem at Kempton. I can just come at the inside, and he's done it nicely, and he's idled in front in the end, really. He's done it with a bit in hand.
Yeah, he's done it quite nicely. Now, you've been at Richard Hannon's. This is your second full season at the Hannon Yard. Things have really clicked into gear this year. You must be delighted at how things have turned the corner, really.
I'm ecstatic because I had a very slow summer last year. You know, I was getting a lot of opportunity. I just wasn't having many winners. And then ever since November, really, things have picked up a lot. My boss has given me plenty of good rides. Picked up some nice rides for other people. And it's kicked off, really. Hopefully I'll have a good season anyway.
Yeah, you've had a great basis of foundation for the turf season going forward.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
Just about ready now, over a mile. They're off and racing, jumping away. Tiger Beetle just missed it a bit, and New Shepherd likewise at the back of the field. Wake Up Harry began brightly and is one of those to dispute the lead. Alibaba just in behind the leaders as well as they race on through the early part of the contest. Golden Sands away very nicely as well, is one of those disputing the lead. Tickets just in behind them at this early stage of the race. On the wide outside, Sisters in the Sky now just dropping in and getting a little bit of cover. Taravara's not far away at all towards the inside running rail ahead of Sense of Worth, who's also on the rail. So too is Tiger Beetle. The grey Stately Home buried away amongst runners, or was, but they've got thinned out a bit now, well stretched, and as a result there's not much cover now in the middle of the pack for Stately Home. Those at the back include Fat Gladiator, who is racing just ahead of Rossioli and also New Shepherd, and Locked and Loaded is towards the outside of the field. The leader is Wake Up Harry as they race round towards the home straight. Golden Sands in second place. Taravara still travelling strongly directly in behind the leaders as Tickets and Alibaba both come under a little bit of pressure. Sense of Worth driven along as well. One making ground from the back of the field, Tiger Beetle, one to watch for, red and black. And also plugging on a little bit now as they race close home is Fat Gladiator. But up front, Sense of Worth has come to the front. Rossioli beginning a power pack finish as well as Stately Home is the grey moving forward as well. Taravara weakens out of contention. Tiger Beetle didn't find much. Up front, Sense of Worth tackled now by the grey Stately Home. Sense of Worth and Stately Home. Tight one, Stately Home. Sense of Worth. Close finish between the two of them. Rossioli in behind those, and they were followed home by Fat Gladiator and New Shepherd.
From stall 12, Ross Ryan got Setley home into a lovely position. Things were going perfectly. We just got a little bit messy in the final couple of furlongs.
Yeah, it's going to go down as a great rider, an absolute awful ride. But he was tough. I had to switch a couple of times, but he'd done that before in Pontefract. He got locked up on the rail, and there was never going to be a fear of getting a turn of foot, and he was right down in grade. You know, as Sean said, going out, this would have been the worst company he's ran, and you know, could any of these have won the race he's won, and it was just to find that draw, and luckily he got me out of trouble.
Yeah, but then you got yourself into a great position. You must have been delighted heading into the bend, because that was the worry, the second and third drawn 1 and 2, but everything went nicely. But you say that Class Angle, Goodwood, Newmarket, he's been running at those tracks in the autumn. Great training performance from Sean as well.
Yeah, brilliant. First run of the year. He's going to come on again. I imagine he loves a bit of soft ground, so I imagine he'll have him in tip-top shape coming in Doncaster. You'd be fairly, off the back of that run, you'd be fairly hopeful, because he's only just won, so the handicapper can't be too harsh on him.
Yeah, perfect in the end, Rasta. Well done.
All right, thank you.
We're ready, and they're off and racing. Jumping away, favourite One Night Thunder in the yellow got an adequate start with bow and arrows away well. Ikari jumped nicely as well towards the inside running rail. These the leaders early, with Analytics racing out wider than those. Analytics is followed through by My Song For You, and on the rail is Cloudy Breeze, who tracks Ikari. 3 from the back is Dawn Mission, and those 2 towards the rear end of the field. Portoro on the rail, and also Sappadine. Those 2 a little adrift, and Dawn Mission's now under a bit of pressure as well. So they race around the top turn with bow and arrows leading up, and now going into second place is Analytics, moving ahead of Ikari in third. Fourth place for One Night Thunder. In behind those in fifth, Cloudy Breeze. In sixth is My Song For You, and then Portoro, who's just improving past Dawn Mission, and on the wide outside is Sappadine. Into the straight they come then, and up front, bow and arrows. Ikari trying to rally on the far side. Down the middle of the track is One Night Thunder. It just seems to be hanging slightly. Meanwhile, Cloudy Breeze is plugging on. Weakening away now is Analytics, and none of the others are showing anything late in the day. As they race down inside the final furlong, One Night Thunder draws alongside bow and arrows. Will One Night Thunder go past? Bow and arrows making him fight all the way. One Night Thunder just getting up for a slender victory. One Night Thunder, bow and arrows, they were clear of Ikari back in third place, and then another gap to My Song For You.
One Night Thunder makes a winning debut for Richard Hannon and jockey David Pro, but it was a slightly strange novice at this time of year. There wasn't much strength and depth form-wise. He was a bit green early on, but it always looked like you were very confident you claimed the runner-up.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, wasn't much depth to the race, but all he could do was do it the way he has done it tonight, and quite green and at times, and liked his attitude the last furlong, so a step up in trip will definitely help and improve.
Yeah, you think stepping him up to the mile will probably help him next time, but no, a nice start, and he looked as though he was quite winning under pressure.
Yeah, he was, to be honest with you. Once he really found his legs up the straight, he hit the line really nicely, so he's a promising one for the future.
Good start to his career. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Set to go, they're off and racing. Well, out of the gates, Follow Your Heart went left and gave Brunel Charm a hefty bump, and next to him Windseeker also inconvenienced as well. So it was left hand down for Follow Your Heart and caused a few problems as a result of that. Tintoretto's coming through with Mohi. They're the early leaders. Papastur, and out wide Billy Mill showing plenty of speed as well, and coming right over now to join them and may even lead into the bend. So Billy Mill takes over with a narrow lead now from Mohi in second place, Papastur third. With that one, Tintoretto being tracked by Atherby and Follow Your Heart. Windseeker next, followed by Ring of Gold. And Brunel Charm, not really through any fault of his own, finds himself at the back of the field, having been broadsided out of the gates. The leader, as they race with 3 to run now, Billy Mill, blue and pink colours, out in front from Mohi in second place. Papastur is in third as Tintoretto is now shoved along. Atherby down the wide outside together with Ring of Gold. Then buried away is Follow Your Heart trying to rally. Windseeker comes next. And they're followed by Atherby and also on the far rail Brunel Charm. Out in front, Billy Mill being pressed now by Mohi. Between the two of them is Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart and Mohi. On the far side, Windseeker. Flashing home is Ring of Gold. It's a busy finish. Follow Your Heart sticks his neck out. Follow Your Heart from Mohi. Follow Your Heart, Mohi. Then in third place was Ring of Gold. Ring of Gold followed then by Windseeker.
Follow Your Heart lands the hat-trick for Luke Morris, and in the end the pace was quite strong, and this is a proper progressive handicapper.
He is. Mark's horse has been in fantastic order all year, and he's done a tremendous job with this horse. 4 or 5 runs back I thought he probably looked like he was at the top of his game, but he's continued to improve and thrive through the winter, and on paper I didn't think there'd be a huge amount of pace, but it's ended up being a very generously run race.
Yeah, talking about confidence, like say you thought he might have hit his peak 4 or 5 starts back. Billy got on board. His claim was obviously invaluable, but it just shows you once they start winning, horses can actually improve beyond what you expect sometimes.
Absolutely, like I say, his confidence is very high right now, and like I say, these artificial surfaces seem to suit him well. So the winter seems to be a real time for him to make hay, and like I say, Mark's done a tremendous job with him, and his horse has been in great order all winter. Just edging slightly left, do you think Wolverhampton perhaps suits him better on that lead, or just the way the race panned out today? I think it was just the way the race panned out, and he's a horse that he doesn't do a huge amount in front, so I was trying to delay my challenge slightly, and I've got there inside the furlong, and once he got there he's just hanging fire a touch, so hopefully it just enables him to stay one step ahead of the handicapper. Excellent stuff, well done, Luke. Thank you.
They're off, jumping away. 5 runners then for the Unibet 3 Uniboost Today handicap, where Constitution zinged out of the gates to lead early. Ray of Colours and Choicea now going up on the outside, both within a half length of the lead. Followed then by Just Bring It. And then after Just Bring It, Tomahawk King, just the back marker, as the 3 front runners rather egg each other on. Constitution Hill been headed now as both Ray of Colours and Choicea go on. Constitution behind those on the rail, and Just Bring It. Ross Orion will be hoping that the 2 ahead will just continue to tow him along for much of the race. The back marker is Tomahawk King, who's about 4 to 5 lengths off the front running Ray of Colours. So they head past the half-mile marker and on towards the home straight, with Ray of Colours leading by a length. Choicea in second place. Constitution and Just Bring It to the outside, and Tomahawk King still our back marker. They stretch on then with now just 2.5 furlongs to go. Ray of Colours leading, Choicea under a little bit of pressure, Just Bring It coming down the middle of the track, and then comes Tomahawk King and Constitution. Ray of colour's been headed here by Choicia, but Choicia immediately has Just Bring It to worry about on the stand side. And these two open right up now over Tomahawk King. Just Bring It comes to take a narrow lead. Choicia needing to battle back. They're 5 lengths clear as Just Bring It asserts by a half a length. Just Bring It. Another for Ross Orion to beat Choicia, and then 4 to 5 back. Tomahawk King in 3rd place.
We had a very nice winner here at Kempton. Just Bring It for Clive Cox. 2nd start in handicap company, 1st at 3. I've not seen him before, but in the paddock he impressed me. He's got a nice bit of size and substance.
He certainly has, James. Yeah, I think he was always a beautiful horse last year. I think he benefited from gelding, and ran in a nice race last back end, and only just ready here this evening, but delighted with that first step of the year for him, and hope he can build on it.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect race visually anyway, because Rosser didn't have to get too hard on him. If you say first run of the season, he's not going to be peaking for today, but he's done it cosy enough. Rosser must have been happy coming in.
Very pleased, yeah, just taking everything very pleasingly, and as you rightly say, for this time of year we've got something to look forward to, I hope.
Yeah, nice progressive 3-year-old. Now, all weather horses, you've had 3 very decent ones that have been enjoyable to watch. My favourite actually has been the old boy, Ish, Positive, who you've been very patient with, come back from injury. Adam's actually ridden him a couple of times to success here nicely last time. How's he doing? How's he come out of his race?
Very happy, James. Yeah, he's going to be heading for the mile final at Newcastle on the 7th of April, so he worked beautifully yesterday morning. Very happy indeed with him. He's got a bit of confidence back, and so we're looking forward to that. He seems to like the all-weather surface. I don't see why Newcastle wouldn't suit him, and you know, he's pretty well rated in that race too.
One that's always been good in the weather, Diligent Harry, the son of Due Diligence, who made an immediate impact early on in his career. He's had a good campaign as well.
Very pleased, yeah, him as well, winning at Newcastle last time. He goes to France on Saturday in the 6.5 furlong race over there, which does qualify him for finals day as well, so with the intention of going back to Newcastle on the 7th as well. And but very happy, you know, he's really he was needing a break end of last year. We were training him pretty hard and didn't really get the rub of the green where we wanted to go all the time, so I'm delighted that he seems to be coming back to the boil and giving us the right signals.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because you're kind of forced to condense his campaign as such, because he had such a good weather campaign previously. Do you think he'll be as good on turf eventually?
I don't see why not. I think he's also a horse that benefited from gelding. He was getting quite heavy, and I think, you know, that has benefited him, and he won well the other day with top weight. It was a very pleasing performance, and hopefully he'll act. That 6.5 furlongs in France on Saturday, but we need to qualify him, and I think it was the best track to go to for him, with the all-weather finals day in mind as well.
Well, plenty of prize money on offer, and you're having a fantastic spell. Turf only a month away. Plenty of nice horses to emerge from your yard, I'm sure. Well done, Clive.
James, thanks very much. Thank you.
And they're off. A little bit slowly away there was Golden Dove from stall number 2. Very keen Alternativa. If you saw her go to post, no great surprise really, because she was a bit of a handful then too. She's desperate for some company and a lead, and gets it now from Infinitive, but still not dropping ahead. On the outside is Chinta Saltos with, in 4th place, Chicago Gal. Then we have Thibouville, who is racing in front of Blue Nose Bell, and the two at the back are Golden Dove, who is showing just ahead of Torbellino as they move round now the turn on towards the far side of the track, with Infinitive showing up by just over a length from both Alternativa and Chinta Saltos. In 4th place, Chicago Gal, Thibouville is next. Another length sees Blue Nose Bell held up in 6th place. In 7th is Torbellino. 8th and last now is Golden Dove. So some in form and quite well fancied horses towards the back of the group at the moment. Infinitive, though, now strides on, and just the pace and tempo increasing gradually now with 7 to run. Infinitive in front. Alternativa still disputing 2nd place with Cinta Saltos, and then only a small break to Chicago Gal on the outside of Thibouville. Watching on next is Blue Nose Bell. Blue Nose Bell ahead of Torbellino, and then Golden Dove still at the back end of the field. Now they swing round out of the back straight. 4.5 furlongs to run from this point now, and Infinitive leads up, but the Cinta Saltos goes up to try and share the lead now with Alternativa in behind them on the rail, and then in 4th place Chicago Gal. Thibouville comes next. Blue Nose Bell and Golden Dove both travel strongly off the pace. Torbellino the back marker. They pass the 3-pole, straighten up now for home. Infinitive leading. Very quickly on the move though is Golden Dove, who's made rapid progress to sit just a half a length off the leader. Alternativa's right there as well over on the far side. It's taking a while for Blue Nose Bell to pick up. Torbellino's next, and then comes Cinta Saltos as Alternativa comes through to hit the front here. Did so much wrong before the race, but Alternativa is really knuckling down in it. Torbellino, a late challenge on the far side. Golden Dove didn't find much. Infinitive next, and it's Alternativa. Hope you weren't put off. Torbellino in 2nd place, followed then by Golden Dove, and then Infinitive.
Trouble in the evening for jockey Ross O'Ryan, and that was probably the hardest part. Not actually, well, the race itself wasn't easy, but in the prelims she was very jig-joggy in the paddock, and she got more sweaty and more worked up as she headed on the walkway and you got on board.
Yeah, that's why we got on her halfway down the chute, just for everyone's safety, and went down to the start my own. But she did everything wrong. You know, she didn't drop it till about 6 out, and still won, so she's done it well. She had a hard race the last day. It ended up being a very good race. It war in heaven winning it, you know. And but today over that, just that small bit further and a slower gallop, she was happy. So it's good. Yeah,
important for a pedigree to win on board. A much easier, uncomplicated type was Just Bring It for Clive Cox half an hour previously. He looked a nice, strong, solid type in the paddock. What did he feel like to ride? Because it's quite a cosy success in the end.
Yeah, he did it well. I was very taken by him because he hadn't done a lot at home. Me and Clive both knew that, and I'd worked him last week and he did everything right, but we, you know, that just not being fully there was, you know, hindering over our head. But he went through it well. The race he ran in Wolverhampton the last day last year, he would have said he was an unlucky loser, and it worked out really well. So I think he's going to improve a lot. You know, he had a good blow after the race, and I think, you know, he might be open in time to go to a mile and a quarter, but as now and for the foreseeable future, he could stick to a mile. And yeah, you never know what he could make up into. He's off a lovely mark, so I don't know where Clive's going to go, but I imagine he's got a lovely map planned out for him, so exciting really.
Well, it's a good link up with Clive Cox. It's been a good evening's work. Well done on that one, because she definitely wasn't the easiest.
Thanks, James. Cheers.
So we're set to go for the last. They're off and they're racing. Moussetir got a good start, the grey. Chased along, may remain as well. Moussetir can't hold his position, may remain, most certainly can though. With Tommy Two Hoots on the outside of those, and just in behind those, the likes of Bankrupt. On the rail is Paddy Kay, and on the outside of these two races, De Rocker as they head round the turn in this happy 5th birthday Alexandra Ford classified stakes race. Lothian just in behind those, Elishiva likewise. One from the back is Jumeirah Bridge, And as they race back towards home, reversion is last of all. 3 to run, so they're past halfway. May Remain straightens up first. Paddy Kay stalks that one with Tommy Two Hoots, and then Bankrupt ridden along. Down the outside is DeRocca with every chance. Musaitir trying to rally. Ellis Shiva's threading through now, black and orange colours. In behind Paddy Kay, more required though. Likewise Lothian, and staying on is Jumeirah Bridge. The leader is May Remain, who's out in front, chased here by Bankrupt. Plenty of money for this one beforehand. Also coming home strongly now is Ellis Shiva. Likewise is Jumeirah Bridge on the outside. May Remain tiring up. Ellis Shiva getting there. Ellis Shiva, May Remain, close up in behind those. Bankrupt together with Jumeirah Bridge.